6 weeks ago, I thought everything between me and my cat was still normal. It was still eating regularly. It wasn't hiding. Nothing looked wrong. Then I reviewed the footage I'd recorded before, and I saw it. It wasn't a single moment. It was a pattern. 6 behavioral changes, each one small enough to ignore, each one appearing in the exact same sequence. And the most frustrating part? They all looked like normal cat behavior. After this video, you'll know exactly what those 6 signs look like and how to tell the difference between a cat that's doing fine and a cat that started pulling away a long time ago without you noticing. This is what makes a loss of trust in cats so easy to miss. It doesn't happen all at once. There's no single moment where the cat decides to pull back. It's a process happening slowly, in a direction that most cat owners never even think about. I spent 6 weeks documenting every observable behavioral change following a prolonged, stressful period in my house. What I found was that the withdrawal follows a sequence. It isn't random. And once you know that sequence, you can catch it early. Sometimes early enough to reverse it. The first sign is the one people most easily explain away to themselves. Your cat used to actively seek you out when you sat down. Now it doesn't. Not all the time, maybe just less than before. You tell yourself it's tired, or it ran around a lot in the morning, or it's just a phase. A 2019 study at Oregon State University tracked proximity-seeking behavior in cats as one of the clearest indicators of secure attachment. Cats that feel secure will continuously and actively initiate contact. When that initiation decreases, not disappearing completely, just decreasing, that's one of the first measurable signals of a changing relationship. When I reviewed my footage, this was sign number 1. My cat stopped coming to the sofa. Not every night. 3 nights out of 7 days, then 4, then 5. This is the part I wish I'd known sooner. With your cat, if it's now always you seeking it out, not it seeking you, that's a pattern to watch. Not just one time, but consistently. The second sign is more subtle, and this is the one I almost missed entirely. Your cat used to look at you from across the room, a slow, relaxed gaze, sometimes turning into a slow blink. Then that starts happening less, or the gaze becomes shorter, or it's always the one to look away first, every single time. Researchers at the University of Sussex in 2020 found that slow blinking between cats and humans is a reliable indicator of a positive emotional state. What's less talked about is the reverse when the cat itself stops initiating that exchange. It usually correlates with an increased baseline stress level. The cat isn't being cold. It's being cautious. I noticed it was looking away faster. I thought it was just getting distracted. That was the second sign. Notice who's initiating the slow blink. If it's now always you, that's crucial information. If any of this is making you look at your cat differently right now, that's exactly why this channel exists. The third sign. Your cat changes its usual sleeping spot. Maybe it just moves a few steps. Maybe to a completely different room. It feels like just a preference cats change where they lie down all the time, right? Except when it happens at the same time as those other signs, it means something else. A 2020 study on scent marking behavior at the University of Lincoln showed that sleeping locations in cats are a sign of trust. Cats use sleep proximity as a form of relationship maintenance. Choosing to sleep near someone is a daily recommitment to feeling safe beside them. Moving further away is the exact same mechanism, but in reverse. My cat moved from the foot of the bed to the chair across the room, the same night every week, for 3 consecutive weeks. I thought it was just feeling hot. And science actually backs up what comes next in a way I didn't expect. With your cat, if its usual sleeping spot has quietly changed in the last few weeks, take note. It isn't random. The fourth sign, and this is the most misunderstood one. Your cat starts tolerating being touched instead of leaning into it. You pet it. It doesn't leave. It doesn't run away. But something's a little different. The purr takes longer to start. Or it doesn't start at all. Or it sits up a little straighter than before. Feline behavior researchers tracking stress responses related to cortisol have found that a cat, in a state of lacking trust, usually remains physically present, but shows fewer behaviors related to oxytocin, leaning into the hand, pushing into contact, slowly relaxing. Its body is still there, but its nervous system had already started pulling back way before. I noticed it stopped leaning into my hand. It still sat, still but stiff. For many weeks, I just thought it wasn't in the mood. It isn't the absence of contact that's the signal of withdrawal. It's the quality of that contact. Watch how its body responds, not just whether it stays or not. The fifth sign, and this one's easy to miss because it happens at the threshold. Your cat starts pausing before entering a room you're in. Just half a second. A quick look. A scan. Then it enters. Or it doesn't. You've seen this. But maybe you never registered it as anything. This behavior is called environmental scanning, and in domestic cats it's related to threat assessment instincts. A cat that trusts its environment and the people in it will walk in without checking. When scanning behavior starts appearing consistently, behavior researchers classify that as a vigilance response. Your cat isn't afraid of you, but it's no longer sure about you. This is the part I wish I'd known sooner. In my footage, this was the fifth sign. It stopped at the door frame, looked at me, then decided. Some nights it came in, some nights it turned away. I'd never noticed that pause before. Watch that moment at the door. A cat that trusts you doesn't hesitate. A cat that's recalibrating always checks first. Remember this. What I found in the sixth sign is the part most people never get to because by the time it appears, they've already missed everything before it. The sixth sign is the one that looks the most like nothing, and that's exactly why it's the most dangerous. There's no obvious action. There's no moment you can point to and say there. That's when everything changed. It's simply there, silently. In every little choice your cat makes every day that you don't even realize is a choice. I need to give you a little more context before getting there, because without it, the sixth sign won't hit you the way it needs to hit. Your cat's still in the house, still eating, still occasionally sitting near you, but the warmth is gone. Not its body, but its intention. It stops facing toward you when lying down. It chooses the corner without you. And when you reach out, it accepts it, but it doesn't wait for it anymore. That isn't just distance. That's a cat that's quietly decided that closeness is no longer worth the risk. This is what I found after 6 weeks of documenting, and this is the part I needed someone to tell me sooner. All 6 of these signs can be reversed. Not quickly. Not with a single gesture. But cats don't pull away forever, unless the reason they pulled away never changes. That sequence runs in both directions, and the exact same patience that eroded the trust is the only thing that can rebuild it. I have a separate video about that rebuilding process, the specific things to do, in what order, in what kind of time frame. But the first step is the step you're completing right now, knowing what to look for. It isn't just behavioral withdrawal. It's a cat trying to protect something it's no longer sure it can trust. And you being here, watching this video, learning these signs that isn't just being a good cat owner. That's exactly the kind of attention your cat's been waiting for. Now you know those 6 signs. Most people watching this video will recognize at least one of them and realize it isn't the first time they've seen it. Tonight, before you go to sleep, observe your cat one time. Don't just glance. Truly observe. And if you see any of what I just described, you already know what to do next.